Come on, go live. Is it live? It says I'm live. Let's see here if I am live. Oh, it's not showing that. Let me go back. Just gonna check a couple things. I am live. Okay. Cool. Okay, so here we are. How's everybody doing tonight? I have not been on here in a while, and I've done that on purpose, trying to stay away from doing a video every 30 minutes type thing, right? I'm not a. One sec, let me just close this door. I hope everybody's doing good. I hope everybody had a good New Year's party and they stayed with as many friends and family as they possibly could have in their house or wherever your night took you, because of course all the measures and suggestions and laws and mandates that they had here in British Columbia were, of course, more BS. Happy New Year to everybody. It's good to be back on. It's great that we're in a new year and people keep saying Happy New Year and stuff like that, and I have to kind of chuckle at that because I'm thinking in my head, well, we're in a new year, but not to be negative, I don't really see too much to be happy about in one way. Not that I've kind of changed my whole perspective on this. Like I said in the last couple of videos, I'm not nearly as angry and I don't have all that pent up frustration that I had basically from March right up to November. That's somehow dissipated. And like I said in other videos, I'm at peace with whatever happens. I've made my bed. I understand where everything is going. And I've made my own decisions based on everything since this whole thing started. I've been making decisions based on this. Like I said, for the last basically 9 months, I'm completely at ease with whatever the hell happens, and that means with whatever. Not that I'm hoping for anything bad to happen, but after a while, after doing this for 9 months, I feel like I've been almost like a professional protester, professional basically truth teller since this all started, and even previous to that. Happy New Year to everybody watching once again. And we're all in the same boat, a lot of us. And so we're looking at the new year, and it is a new year. It is going to get better, but it's going to get worse before it gets better, in my opinion. But from what I can tell, just regular people are starting to understand that this is just a little bit too much. A couple of things that happened in the later part of December here in British Columbia, where Dr. Donkey Henry came on TV, stating, first of all, I've already gone through that, where, we can't have Christmas with anyone who's not in our households. That pissed off a lot of people, which is fantastic. People need to get mad. They need to understand that this is not a temporary thing. And hello, it's been 10 months, literally 10 months. Now we're January 2021. This whole thing started in March of 2020. So 2 months from now, it'll be a fucking year. And wow, look, it's pretty mind-boggling that we've had to stretch this thing out for 10 months for people to clue in. But once again, like I've stated in other videos, it's called the crash course in conspiracy theories. Most of these people don't even know 2% of the stuff that we all know. The people that I'm friends with on Facebook and a lot of the YouTube subscribers and stuff like that. So they still don't understand the whole big picture, and that's fine. They don't really need to in the short term. What they need to understand, and what they're understanding and realizing, is that, this is unnecessary. Whether you think it's a conspiracy theory or not, how long are you willing to put your life on hold? How long are you willing to wear that ridiculous mask everywhere you go like a complete jackass until you say, maybe this is a little bit ridiculous. Maybe this is a little bit too much after 10 months of trying to comply with all their orders and jumping hoops and this and that. And what's happened? We've had mask mandates here in British Columbia since November 20th, maybe a little bit before. And what's happened now? It's almost a month and a half, right? What's happened? The cases have gone down a little bit. Well, shouldn't they drop like a rock if everybody's wearing masks everywhere? Or is it because of guys like me, the protesters and other people who don't comply? So we're the bad people once again, right? They're always pointing the fingers at everybody else. They never take blame for everything. They're never honest, obviously, right? It's always our fault. Our fault means people, regular citizens of this province. It's our fault that things happen. And obviously, I don't believe in any part of this thing. All we're dealing with here is the seasonal influenza like that. Like I said before, they've rebranded this using their great marketing techniques, marketing strategy, COVID-19, COVID-19. And how many times have I said that word? Thousands and thousands and thousands in the last 10 months. It's pretty much embedded in everyone's brain and everyone's sick of it, right? And here's the thing. They just continue on with this ridiculous crap. Dr. Bonnie said we can't visit anybody during Christmas. Obviously, anyone who actually listened to that is a moron. You're stupid and you're a fool. And shame on you from staying away from your friends and family during one of the best times of the year. But it's your choice if you want to be a fool and continuously follow these mandates and ridiculous restrictions. Meanwhile, politicians are getting caught left and right, leaving Canada, going to other hotter destinations for their Christmas vacation. I'll get to that in a minute when we get on global news. But, understand, start cluing in. These politicians know this is all garbage, and they're the ones who are enforcing this stuff, and they're the ones who are breaking the rules at the same time. So if they break the rules, that means they don't really think this is a serious thing, because you think they're actually going to put their friends and family and their immediate family, husbands and wives and kids in jeopardy if they thought this was a serious pandemic. No, they wouldn't. Of course they wouldn't. But they're doing the whole thing. They're virtuous signaling, and they just want to keep their job, so they wear their mask on camera, and they take their mask off as soon as they get off the TV screen. I've seen this time and time again, like a lot of people have, and it's just very ridiculous that we have to continue on with this shit. And then, of course, we went through Christmas, and then New Year's, I think it was the day before New Year's, so it would have been December 30th. Dr. Donkey Henry comes on TV, states in one of her addresses, and I didn't watch that one because I just can't stand looking at that piece of crap, that she has a new emergency health order, whatever the hell it was, that, of course, bars, restaurants will have to stop serving alcohol at 8 p.m. So why do you do that a day before when basically this is a lifeline for businesses, restaurants, bars, whatever you want to call them, right? Lounges, whatever it is. This is a big time of the year for them. It's probably the biggest night of the year for these people because, of course, it's New Year's Eve. People go out, people party, and of course they're going to drink a lot. So by you mandating that, Dr. Donkey, at 8 p.m., that no more drinks after that because, of course, we want you to leave the restaurant you're in or wherever you are, all you did was, of course, destroyed their business just a little bit more. And that's your whole intention. I understand that, even if people don't want to understand what's going on here. They're trying to crash the economy bit by bit by bit. They do it incrementally on purpose. First of all, they don't want all the sheeple, the people who actually think this is a pandemic, to realize that the economy is getting crashed. So they make it seem like they're just picking and choosing restaurants or picking and choosing certain areas of the economy based on transmission, based on the amount of cases, this and that. If that's the case, if that was the case, no pun intended, they would just basically close down. Not even close down. Just if there was an outbreak, in a Cactus Club in Abbotsford, then maybe they could close down that restaurant for a night, clean it right up with this, their requirements, and back open in business the next day. But they don't do that. They do blanket lockdowns, blanket restrictions on whatever the hell it is, because of course it's not about a virus. It's about destroying the economy, ruining small business. And that's exactly what they're doing. So these businesses, restaurants like Cactus Club, like I just mentioned, and so many other different bars and stuff like that, restaurants, of course, they probably ordered more booze, beer and, alcohol and stuff like that, based on all the different reservations that they received the week before, the 2 weeks before, for New Year's Eve. But then, of course, Dr. Donkey comes on, and then if she states, you guys got to lock it down by 8 p.m., and of course, they lose thousands of dollars in sales because, of course, people cannot order any alcohol after 8 p.m. And, of course, they purchased thousands of dollars in alcohol because they thought their restaurant would be at full capacity, which is, of course, 50% because they're already dealing with this stupid social distancing crap. So the restaurant can only be 50% full. So they just keep hitting them and hammering them and hammering them. And people just don't understand. They are starting to understand, but it's taken them 10 months to realize that this doesn't really make any sense. And it pissed off a lot of people. So what do? They're saying, you know what, screw it. I'm not going to even bother going to Cactus Club. I'm not going to be bothered to go to the bar. I'm going to cancel my reservation, and I'm just going to stay home. So that's why you saw, I was driving around Vancouver, massive lineups. It looks like, what is this, a food bank? No, it's not a food bank. It was a liquor store. People were waiting outside in massive long lineups that were unbelievable. And of course they were. Of course they were, because they wanted to have a little bit of fun. They want to release some steam and have a good buzz going, specifically because first it's New Year's Eve and all the crap that we've been through this year. 10 months of complete bullshit and lies that never seem to end. And it's still not ending. Still not ending after 10 months. And of course it's not, because like I've been saying, and a lot of people have been saying, this is a planned agenda. This is a planned agenda. This is a planned agenda. This is not something that we ever did in the past for seasonal flus, for tuberculosis, or for whatever other illness you want to throw and pull out of your ass. But now they care so much about us, they're doing everything they possibly can to save us from the seasonal flu, right? And like I said before, you look at the stats, who's dying? People in care homes. So they can't figure out how to stop the transmission of this deadly pandemic. Meanwhile, it's all people in care homes who don't leave the premises. All the healthcare workers are wearing masks, sanitizing their hands, and all this crap. But of course, got to lock down the whole economy worldwide, and people call us the big assholes. And now you go around outside, wow, everybody's wearing masks, not only inside everywhere like a bunch of clowns, but outside. For what reason? Who the hell knows? But these people are so far gone, but that anything makes sense to them. It's just so mind-boggling that this continues. It's completely out of control. But that's fine. That's fine. Let's keep this going as you want. Now the vaccines are here. Who's going to take the vaccine? If you guys love the lockdowns, you go take the vaccine. And let's see how you react to it. A fast-tracked vaccine for a virus that has an over 99% survival rate. But hey, let's take it like a bunch of morons because we're stupid and we just trust the government, right? It's unbelievable, but here we are 10 months later and the whole thing continues on like I said, a freight train with no brakes. But there are people, regular friends, that seem to understand more that this doesn't make sense. People who wouldn't really listen to me, kind of not argued, but kind of basically we kind of went back and forth in the past, now are letting me speak. And it seems like they're actually listening because they're probably starting, and they are starting to say, well, you know what? It doesn't really make much sense that the churches are completely closed 100%, but then you can go to Metrotown, which I did, and it's packed. The food court is packed. People are walking around completely packed. Friend of mine went to Mexico. Yes, flights are coming in and out of Canada, no problem. And he told me the flight to Mexico was jam-packed. How does that make sense? The funny thing is, at the airport, you got the social distancing. You got to stay 6 feet apart while you're checking in to go on the plane, right? Real smart. Don't want to catch that virus. But as soon as you get on that plane, hey, no problem. Sit down, wear your mask, but you're not 6 feet apart. You're not even 6 inches apart. People are sitting right next to you. Clue in. Get the gears turning, like I've said so many times. It's so bloody stupid. But this is where we are. The only good things, and this is why I'm at peace with all this stuff, the longer this continues, the more people it wakes up. I can do these videos every 25 minutes, and I can never wake up as many people as Dr. Donkey Henry and all these corrupt politicians with their spewing crap every couple days on television, on the mainstream media news stations. Because, of course, every time they say something, They're just digging a grave for themselves, and they're digging a grave for this whole narrative, because then this whole narrative is not built on concrete. It's built on sand. As soon as the water hits it, it just washes away. It's all fabricated crap. And the only reason it continues is because a lot of people simply can't come to grips, and they don't actually, they can't fathom the fact that this is a global, worldwide, deceptive fraud. And that's all it is. I'm in Vancouver as well, guys. That's what they don't understand. It's like, well, how can they pull this off? It's a worldwide thing in every country. Don't worry about how. Just understand that it's happening, and understand that all the different countries of the world are operated and run by the same people that are above governments. And if you don't believe that, you don't have to believe it. Just look with your eyes what's going on in your country, in your city, and ask yourself, does it make sense? Because it just doesn't make sense. Obviously, it doesn't make sense. And everybody's experienced the same thing pretty much everywhere across the world. Some people have more restrictions. Some people have less restrictions. But for the most part, we're going through the same crap at the same time. And that's all you have to do. You don't have to worry about, well, how do they do this and that? Don't worry about it, because you haven't read that. You haven't read enough to understand how fraudulent all this is. Just understand that you're getting fucked over, and the whole thing is a fraud. That's just the way it is. Understand it. And if you don't understand it, fine, because you will understand it, because this whole thing will not stop. They even said, even after you get the vaccine, you're still going to have to social distance and wear a mask. So why am I going to get the vaccine anyways? And why would I do that? What's the point? I don't get it. I don't understand what the point is of getting the vaccine. I thought it was to protect us from the so-called pandemic that's sweeping the world. Wow, everywhere. Sweeping the world. I don't know. And it just continues and continues and continues. Anyways, let's just, before I just continue rambling on, I am going to share a screen with you. Just go through some of the global news stuff. Where is it here? There it is. There we are. Where's my face? Where's my big head? It's supposed to be the other way. Am I supposed to not be at the bottom? What happened there? There, picture in picture. There I am. Cool. So here we are on my favorite website, Global News. This is the CNN of Canada. Here are the Canadian politicians who traveled during the holiday amid coronavirus. Wow. A bunch of bad politicians, right? So who is it? Rod Phillips, out as Ontario's finance minister after being caught in the Caribbean, right? He's one of them. Manitoba NDP MP Nikki Ashton. She traveled abroad to visit her ailing grandmother in Greece. How selfish of her to visit her sick grandmother that's probably going to die. Wow, she's such a bad person. Politicians are all scumbags, but, So, Rod, who else is there? Multiple Alberta. Can you guys see this? Should double check that. Oops. Maybe you can't see that. It's weird. 1 second here. Sorry, guys. Copy link. Paste. Maybe it'll work this way. Is it frozen? What the hell? Can you see that? Why is it frozen? Fucking thing. So frustrating. I was trying to show you guys something, and it won't let me. Okay, let's go back then. Can I click this? Will this work? I don't understand. Oh, well, I guess that's not working. Anyways, jeez, what the hell? Stop sharing the screen for a minute. Let's see if I can do this again. Sorry about that. I don't know why it's not working. Global News. What's the app? Application. Chrome tab. Share a Chrome tab. Maybe that's why. Is that working better? Yes, it is. Sorry, guys. So there's a politician, Rod Phillips from Ontario, like I said. Manitoba NDP MP Nikki Ashton got busted visiting her grandmother in Greece. Rod Phillips. Is that the same person? It is, right? Yes. And then it says here, multiple Alberta politicians, including Municipal Affairs Minister Tracy Allard, several members of Legislative Assembly MLAs, political officials, and his own chief of staff. So the reason I'm pointing this out is because, of course, they don't think it's a real pandemic. If they did, of course, they would stay home and they would not be flying all over the place. And this is what the people who still think this is a severe pandemic need to understand, is that the politicians don't even believe it's real, but they want you to follow orders, you not to travel, you to stay home, you not to visit your friends and family, but they're doing the complete opposite. And that's why I'm pointing this out, is because I want you to understand this isn't real. You have to listen to what people do, not what people say. People can say everything. Look at what they do. And that will tell you exactly what they're thinking. Obviously, these people, like I've said, do not believe this is a real pandemic. If they did, they wouldn't be traveling on planes, specifically where you're sitting next to random people. You could be sitting next to family members, but you could easily also be sitting next to a random person. You don't know where that person's been. Maybe they have COVID. Who knows, right? Not that I think not that I believe in the whole thing, but of course, going from their perspective, why are you leaving Canada and going on a plane when you're going to be sitting next to people that you don't even know, and you're going to another destination and you don't know who you're going to be in contact with? And, kudos to Global News, but once again, they're just shaming these politicians because they want to basically not only use this to get you to view their information, but at the same time, what they do with this is they're shaming people breaking COVID restrictions, just as the same as they've been shaming us for going to lockdown protests, lockdown marches, which I've been going to since April. They will shame everybody. They will not stop. They will shame politicians included, because politicians are just pawns in this whole game, right? That's all they are. And hopefully the politicians understand, you know what, you idiots, you should be on our side and understand this is a takeover of Canada from people in the shadows that are basically using this as a pretext to destroy our country and bring in a form of communism, right? So they're stupid politicians. The politicians are the useful idiots that are morons. They're not very intelligent. All they are is good bullshitters. That's it. And a lot of them aren't even good bullshitters. But they think there's some hot shots just because you're in politics. It's like, you know what? Anyone can be a politician. You just got to be a good liar, and you got to have no morals like these people do. Did everyone see the Gatineau thing? Yeah, I saw it. They getting ratted out. Then the police. I didn't see the whole video. I couldn't watch it all because I knew what was going to happen. But basically, I saw the video where they were the police came in enforcing these stupid rules, and I don't know, like, was it violent? Probably, yeah. What a joke. Anyways, let's go back to this. Let's go back to Global News here, world. So, let me see here. See, this whole case thing is continuing because people keep getting tested. Like I've said in other videos, stop getting tested, you idiot morons. Why are you getting tested for the seasonal flu? It's just clown level stupidity. But of course, this is where we are. This is a funny one. Vandals spray paint Mitch McConnell's house and Nancy Pelosi's house after the 2000 Corona relief bill fails. So these guys, they have a COVID relief package, and a lot of it actually goes to other countries. Some of it goes to gender studies or some crap in Pakistan, and this other complete nonsense that has nothing to do with COVID. But of course, they wanted to give everybody in the United States a $600 stimulus check, and then Trump vetoed that, or said, no, I want to have a $2,000 relief check, or whatever the hell you want to call it. And it looks like the bill has failed. So why has that failed, considering the money comes out of thin air and basically fiat money that they just type Mitch kills. Mitch hates something. What else did it say here? And then where's the Nancy Pelosi one? Nancy had a good. Let me just find that. I have to find that one. I'm gonna type in Nancy Pelosi house. Pelosi house vandalized. Which is just gonna show you guys this. Copy image address. Put that in here. Hopefully you guys can see that. Sorry about that. Jeez, I'm so sloppy. Here it is. Anyways, so here it states, this is on Nancy Pelosi's house. A graffiti tagger says 2K. They crossed it out because, of course, it's not going through. Cancel rent. And then it says here, UBI, Universal Basic Income, anarchy. We want everything. And they cut a pig's head. That's fake, though. And then they put fake pig's blood, which is just basically red paint, I think. And this is on one of Nancy's houses in the San Francisco area. So this is, I think this is good. You know why? People are getting mad and people are starting to visit these people at their homes. And that's what they need. These scumbag politicians, they think they're invincible. And they think just because people have been complacent and following all their bullshit for the last 10 months, they're going to continue to do it. Here's the thing. People are not going to continue to do it because, of course, they're getting sick of it. People are suffering. This is not just like something that's on TV. This affects people's lives. People in restaurants are losing their businesses and stuff like that. It's not just some random event that's just like, oh, well, we're having a pandemic, you just stay home. We all have bills to pay. And if you can't go to work or if you can't open up your business, then it's going to affect you. Like, a lot of businesses are in their second lockdown, and then is there going to be a third lockdown? Like, and this is what people are starting to ask and question, because okay, we went through this in March, we thought it was a pandemic. Okay, we'll go through it. We'll stay home. We'll close our business for the greater good of humanity. Of course, we don't want anyone to die. But then when they pull the same stunt, 7-8 months later, back in last month, December. Well, people are like, what the hell? I got to worry about myself. I don't want anyone to die in my country or my city or across the world. But how about me? What are you guys doing for me? I got to pay my bills. I got kids. I got a wife to support. I got rent to pay. I got a mortgage to pay. I have a car payment to pay. I want my life back. I don't want to be sitting at home wondering when you're going to implement more restrictions and more lockdowns. And I don't know anyone who's died from this. I don't know anyone who's got sick from this, but I got to continue following these orders. It doesn't seem like the government cares about me, and so on and so on. These are the things people are saying, including me, saying and thinking, right? Worldwide. Nobody wants anyone to die, but eventually comes a point, well, you know what? I'll take my chances. If I get sick, then I'll figure it out. Let me do what I want. If you want to stay home, you stay home. I'll go and do my own thing, because this is not a collectivist society where you have to stay home to protect me. If you want to protect yourself, hey, you stay home. If you want to lose weight, am I supposed to help you? No, you go lose the weight. You go on the treadmill. You stop eating those foods. So how did it become my responsibility to protect you from any kind of health situation? Specifically 10 months later, when we're starting to understand, I understood this many, many months ago. Other people are starting to realize, well, maybe I think we've had enough. Let's just, let's get on with our lives, because, this is not going to end. And of course, I've already done another video where they started talking about a different strain, which was so predictable. Okay, so now they have a second strain. But the second strain, you can take the vaccine and it'll still fix that second strain. But then again, wait a minute. How about the flu vaccine? Every year you have to make a new flu vaccine because the flu strain changes every year. Are you understanding how it doesn't make sense? When you start understanding that COVID is a form of the flu, well, if we've got two different strains of COVID, shouldn't we have a new vaccine for that second strain? No. It doesn't work that way in 2020. They just make up the rules and they want us to believe everything they say. Well, you know what? I have a memory, and I've been around for 50 years, And I remember a few things, and I understand that people who take the flu shot, they got to take it every year because the strain changes. And okay, so the vaccine's going to cover 2 different strains, but how about if we have a 3rd strain? Are we going to use the same vaccine for the 3rd strain? Yeah. Does anyone understand what I'm trying to get at here, right? Nothing's logical. And this is the problem with a lot of people. I think a lot of people who call us conspiracy theorists and make fun of us understand this stuff, but for some reason they just kind of dismiss it. And this is the biggest problem. Don't dismiss those little things. Those are massive red flags, huge, huge red flags showing you that something's not right. Do you not have an intuition? Because you should, after 10 months, you should start to say, you know what? I don't know. Just saying. Like, it just doesn't make much sense. And obviously, people watching this, for the most part, do realize that this does not make any sense. So let's just go back to global news here and see what else the scumbags have. I like this tearing apart the news because, of course, regular people love using this as their information source, and this is how they make all their. This is how they basically go through their life, is following the recommendations and suggestions and information on these shitty news sites that are basically just tabloid crap news, garbage news, and it's not even real information for the most part. It's just complete crap. What else is here? Where is it? Anything else here? Let's go check about the New Year's Eve protest. Let me just find it here. New Year's Eve protest, Vancouver. Copy link. So the New Year's Eve rally, they tried to knock it down, and poor Mark Donnelly, such a great guy, such a nice man. Where the hell is it? Oh, it's over here. Okay, one sec. Sorry, guys. I'm a little bit sloppy sometimes with the way I show you all the information. Let me close this. Double check that it's still working. So dozens. This is hilarious. This is how bad the media is in Vancouver and British Columbia, Canada. It says here dozens, including former Canucks anthem singer, attend Vancouver new anti-mask rally. What they fail to tell you, what they fail to tell everybody, is that, of course, they took the video before everyone was there at the rally. From the video that I saw, Donald Smith posted video showing, hey, the fake news is here. And he took a picture or video at about 5 p.m. And this is the time that a lot of the fake news, global included, were basically scouring the crowd, making it seem like, hey, there's only like 20 or 30 people. That was at 5 o'clock. The actual party started at 8 p.m. And then made it seem like there was dozens of people. From the video that I saw, there was hundreds of people, and I spoke to people who went, and there was hundreds of people, about 600 people. But of course, they always want to downplay everything and make it seem like we're a bunch, people who went to this particular event were a bunch of losers. We're a bunch of basically losers and pathetic conspiracy theorists for going to an event on New Year's Eve. And there was only a few dozen of them, including the disgraced Mark Donnelly. So they made it look like he was singing to a couple dozen people, whatever the hell it was. When the video I saw, and I talked to people who went, there was at least 600 people. Once again, making it seem like we're just a bunch of losers. The kind of people who go to these marches are losers, not following orders, right? Same shit. Dozens of people, such liars, took part in what they called a New Year's Eve freedom rally, in quotes. The anti-mask event. Everything's anti-mask. How about if they call it a freedom rally? Does it say anti-mask? Was it called a New Year's Eve anti-mask rally? No, they state it right there. They lie, and we catch them in their own lie directly on their own article. This is how pathetic these losers are. These stupid fake journalists. Amy Judd. Oh, Amy Judd. What a loser. So the anti-mask event involved music and speakers saying they were gathering to protect their rights to gather and celebrate their freedom. Former Vancouver Canucks anthem singer Mark Donnelly was also in attendance singing the national anthem. Donnelly took the mic before singing, telling the Global News cameraman to watch out for the coronavirus floating around. Good, he's making fun of the COVID thing, and you should. You should make complete fun of it, because this thing is a farce, and it's a complete fucking joke 10 months later. And a person like Amy Judd. Amy, do you live in Vancouver? If you do you want your family and your children, your parents and grandparents to continue on 11, 12 months, 13, 14, 15 months later into this pandemic? Amy, do you want to get on with your life, or do you want to write bullshit articles because you get paid, what, $110,000, $115,000 a year to deceive Vancouverites and make it look like people standing up for their freedoms on New Year's Eve are a bunch of losers? That's what you're making it seem like. These people are a bunch of losers. You know what? These people attending their rallies deserve a gold medal for standing up for all the bullshit for the last 10 months from people like you and everybody else who's ridiculed them, bullied them, and made fun of them for 10 months and continuing, right? 10 months, and now it's into 2021, like I said it would, and like a lot of people said it would, because this thing isn't planned to end. You're going to see it if you still haven't seen it, but it's been 10 months, retards. 10 months. And Amy Judd, oh, she's a journalist. She went to school, so we have to trust her. Trust her with what? She's been lying to us. Global News is garbage. So here, Jordan Armstrong. Mark Donnelly, who used to sing "O Canada" in arenas in front of thousands, now sings to a few dozen in the rain. It's just, these people just have zero morals. He used to sing to a few thousand people, but guess what, idiot Jordan Armstrong? You can't, even if you wanted to sing to thousands of people, guess what? Everything's closed because of your bullshit virus, you jackass moron. But you're the journalist, so we have to trust you. We shouldn't believe our own eyes and believe what's going on in our surroundings. We have to believe Jordan Armstrong, because he's a journalist and he's going to tell us what to think, because we don't know. We can't think for ourselves, right, Jordan? You're going to tell us. Just because you got a verified blue check mark means you're a trusted person and you're verified. Yeah, you're a verified bullshitter. That's all you are. Let's just play this anyways. I want to see. All thy sons come Is that a few dozen people? How about going left a bit? A few dozen people, right? Pathetic. Bunch of cowards. The media are all cowards. Do you think you're going to get away from the wrath of all this crap that you're perpetrating and help to usher in? Jordan Armstrong, where do you live? Do you live in Vancouver? Does Amy Judd live in the Vancouver area? If you do, and if you're not a billionaire, guess what? You're still going to get screwed over like the rest of us. You're not any better than anybody else. You're actually worse, because you have the power to inform millions of people in Vancouver, much more than I ever could, because of the platform you're on. But of course, if you do say anything, you'll lose your job. But at least you'll go out in a blaze of glory, helping to inform so many thousands of millions of people in Vancouver alone, right? Vancouver police were on site monitoring the event, and they said they were treating it as a protest. Whatever, Vancouver police are monitoring the anti-mask event. No tickets handed out here, at least none yet. Oh, none yet, Jordan. No one. You know why no one gets tickets? Because they're not going to ticket anybody, you donkey. Understand that it's been 10 months. No one believes you. And you keep going on and on. All you're doing is discrediting yourself. And a person like you, people are laughing behind your back, Jordan Armstrong. Amy Judd, they're laughing behind your back. Family members, friends are thinking you're a ridiculous person for the organization that you work for. Global News is the CNN of Canada. Complete crap. Awesome. So they're just, why do I even bother wasting my time with Global News? They're just useless. They're just, no one, most people don't trust them. And if you do, that's your problem. It's like watching, you might as well go on the National Enquirer. It's the same thing as all these fake media sites. So look at Jordan Arm, disgraced anthem singer. How is he a disgrace? The guy's a bloody hero. He's losing money to stand up for his rights and your rights, Jordan, you fucking idiot. Disgrace. You're the disgrace, you piece of crap. Mark Donnelly is among the few dozen gathered at the Vancouver Art Gallery for a New Year's Eve freedom rally. No sign of Vancouver Police Department. These guys are just garbage. I can't wait till all these little scumbags lose their jobs because less and less people are turning in to Global News. So it's awesome. Jordan Armstrong, you're not going to be a journalist much longer because, of course, no one trusts you. No one believes your news organization, especially when you call Mark Donnelly a disgraced anthem singer for standing up for his rights. And what does he have, 10 children? You're the disgrace, buddy. You are such a disgrace, and it's too bad you can't even see it after 10 months. If you were a real journalist, you would be doing investigative research for the last 10 months, and it doesn't even take 10 months to figure out this thing is way overblown. It takes like 10 minutes, especially after 10 months of this crap. But of course, we know you're not a real journalist, and you're acting as a journalist, so then it all makes sense, right? Oh boy, what a joke. What a joke these people are. They're so disgusting and they think somehow that they're something special. You're a loser. You're pathetic. No one cares about you. No one cares about you. The new journalists are guys like me and people watching this are journalists. Everyone with a smartphone is the real journalist. You know what a journalist is? Someone who has integrity, who's honest, and who tells both sides of the story even when it's not popular, even when you can get ridiculed. That's a journalist. A journalist is not one-sided based on everything coming from the government. That's what the journalists are nowadays. They're not investigative journalists at all. They're garbage. And of course, they can't be trusted. No surprise there, though, guys. So what else is here? Let me see here. But you know what? This whole thing's going to get turned around. There's no way this can continue forever. Sure, they can probably pull this until the summer, stuff like that. But their whole plan of getting everyone, vaccinated and traced and tracked, it's just not going to work out for them. I just don't understand how they think it's going to work out. Unless they're going to pull something out from left field, this whole plan makes no sense. And I know for a fact that even people who ridicule me, make fun of me, went to see their loved ones on Christmas. So once again, even these people, just like the politicians, they talk out of both sides of their mouth. So, take it the way you want. And I think it's a good thing. I want everybody to see their family. But let's be honest about the whole thing. Speak up. Stand up. If you think it's overblown, it's okay to say, well, I don't really agree with what she's doing for Christmas. It doesn't make you a conspiracy theorist. It makes you a person who wants to see their family. It makes you a person who wants to question things. Nothing wrong with that. It's not uncool. It's not embarrassing to question things and express how you feel. It has been 10 months. It's okay to state that you're not happy with the way things are going. You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to have an opinion. So don't worry. I'm not going to judge you, and I don't think anybody else is going to judge you if you went to see your friends and family, because I did. And I'm sure everybody else here also did. If you didn't, then shame on you. Simple as that. Your choice. You can do what you want. But if you're still believing all this bullshit 10 months later, I don't know what to tell you. Don't know what to tell you. Right? What else is there here to talk about? But I'm optimistic about the future. I think it's going to get better. It has to get better because, of course, it can't really get any... Well, it can get worse, but it's just how long you want this to continue. I don't want it to continue anymore. And I think it's just the whole thing's falling. It's cracking. Even if people tell you like I said before, people have their internet personality, their Facebook personality, and then they got their real personality, their internet opinions and their real opinions. A lot of people are going to bullshit you online saying, you know what, I wear my mask everywhere I go, I social distance, I don't visit my family, but then you find out they visit their family and they don't do certain other things. Because, of course, either they're scared of what their friends think, they don't want to be ridiculed, or they're scared of losing their jobs because they have coworkers on there or whatever it is. I don't have a coworker. I don't work for anybody. I work for myself. I can say whatever it is I want. And I do. I've been saying it for a long time. I've been saying it for 10 months. You know what? If you're not going to say anything that helps the cause, that helps us, then be quiet. If you know this thing is bullshit, then shut the fuck up. Or say how you really feel. Don't come on here and say, you know what, I believe in the vaccines. I think people should be social distancing. I don't think you should visit your family members when I find out that people are. Just saying, be honest, because you have to live in the same communities that I do. You're not helping the situation when you go along with the lie, when you know it's bullshit. You're not any better than any of the politicians who got caught who's going on vacations. Those politicians should go on vacations. I think they should. At the same time, though, they should come and say, you know what? I don't think this whole thing is as deadly as we're being led to believe. But of course, they won't do that because they don't want to lose their jobs. And everybody's in the same boat. You're scared of losing your job, so you go along with the scam. That's why this fucking scam bullshit has been able to go on for 10 months. It's people like you that continuously perpetrate the fraud and make it seem like, you know what, we got to keep everybody safe. Stop bullshitting me and stop bullshitting yourself. That's why the longer this continues, it's everybody's fault who continues posting that they're scared of the virus and who bullshits online but then does the opposite offline. It's the same people who wear the mask because they don't want to have an issue in the stores. Fight back a little bit. You know what I mean? Tell them you're medically exempt. Who cares? Oh, you're lying though. We've been lied to for 10 months. You're not going to lie and say you have a medical exemption. Stand up, speak up. If you don't stand up and speak up, this thing is going to continue going and going and going and going like it has. Start speaking up. Enough is enough. It's 2021. Make this the year that you grow some balls. Make this the year that you stand up for yourself, for your kids and your grandkids. Do it now. I've been saying this for 10 months, and I really want you to start standing up. It's enough. It's enough. We don't need this to continue any longer than it has. It's ridiculous that it's been able to go on for this many months. Hey, I don't want anybody to die, but for God's sakes. Like I said, if you're in a care home and you're 85 years old, how many more years are you going to live? 5 years, 6? Like, seriously, and I'm not trying to be rude, and I'm not trying to, take away from people dying, but come on now. My kids, they can't see their friends all these 10 months. They can't see their friends for the last 10 months because of this stuff. And we have to worry about people in care homes. Worry about my kids. Worry about your kids and your families. Enough's enough. Enough's enough. It's embarrassing this continues. And it's going to keep going as long as people let it. Pathetic. It's pathetic. Get some balls. It's so pathetic that people don't even have the balls to stand up for what they know is right and speak out about what they know is wrong. They don't have the balls to do it. They're just so weak-minded people that don't have any any willpower. They just want to follow the crowd because they don't want to be that person, the black sheep. You know what? I love being the black sheep. You know why? Because when you go against the masses of asses, I'm always right. I'm always right. People in general, as a collective, are always wrong. They're always late to the game. And I've known that since real estate. When people tell you it's a time to sell, it's usually the time to buy. When people are scared of buying, it's usually a good time to sell. Or when people are scared of buying, it's usually a good time to buy. Like when I bought in Las Vegas, people were scared shits. What are you doing buying in Vegas? The economy is so bad. Well, I'm going to go down there and see for myself. And what I found out was the total opposite. Ended up buying 13 places in Las Vegas back in 2011, 12, and 13, all of which I sold for a profit 5 years later. But I'm the weird one, right? You know what? No, not weird at all. Just think for myself. And I research for myself and I find out if it's true. And after all these years of questioning things, what I've come to realize is that most of the time, almost all the time, when people think something is a certain way, it's usually the other way. Especially when the media makes something seem a certain way and I go research on my own, it's the opposite. Why is that? It's because they always have an agenda. It doesn't matter what it is. Going to wars, pandemics, real estate, all this crap. It's the same shit over and over and over. And after going so many different things, like I said, even getting involved in the internet, I've been doing internet marketing, web design since 1999 when I quit my job as a cabinet maker to get into web design. I was at the forefront. People weren't doing that back then, but I thought, you know what? Let me just look at this. I asked a couple of friends who were web designers and so forth. 6 months later, I was making more money as a web designer than I was as a cabinet maker. Took a chance, went against the grain of society. I didn't even know how to save a file on my computer when I went back to school. I had to quit my job. I didn't get UI, but I saved up enough money to pay $7,000 for my school. I was able to float myself for 7 months. Mind you, I was living at home with my parents, no rent. But I came out ahead because I thought for myself and I took a chance, a calculated risk, and it landed me to where I am today. You go into the pandemic, same thing. Oh, pandemic. Closing everything down? Weird. Let me look into this. Doesn't make too much sense. Everybody in Wuhan, China, oh, people are falling down in China. Comes over here, they start locking things down. How come no one's falling down in Vancouver? I don't see any videos of people falling down in the streets in Vancouver. So that's what I was led to believe. Oh, well, maybe something different. Let it go a bit. Not that many. They're closing everything down. And then, they extended it after 2 weeks. 2 weeks to flatten the curve. Oh, but it's 10 months now. 10 months to flatten the curve? Oh, pretty soon it's going to be a year to flatten the curve. Wow. Doesn't make too much sense. Oh, a pandemic. Oh, how many people are dying from it? Oh, what's the age of the people? Oh, how old are they? Oh, where are they mostly coming from? Oh, and they don't talk about, how to prevent this or any healthy ways to cure this, hydroxychloroquine or other methods. Oh, that we just got to get a vaccine that's fast-tracked in 9 months. Oh, interesting. Well, Bill Gates he's the one on TV telling us to get the vaccine. Isn't he a computer programmer? Doesn't he own Windows, though? Oh, that's weird. Weird. I don't know. Does that make sense? Well, not really. That's odd. Let me just check on Google but Google's fake. Oh, let me just check on YouTube. Oh, but YouTube's full of conspiracy theory videos. Why would you believe that? Why don't you trust your experts? Why do you listen to the news? Why? What are you doing? Why are you posting this stuff? Why are you going to a protest? Why do you think everything's a conspiracy theory? Why do you think everything's fake? And so forth, and so forth, and so forth. And here we are, 10 months later, 11 months later, pretty soon, and look, the conspiracy theorists are right again. Wow, I wonder how that worked. Nobody wants to be right about this, but we'd like everyone to get their heads out of their asses and start asking some questions and stop complying, stop wearing your mask everywhere like a bunch of idiots. Right? That's all we want. We just want our lives back. Everybody else wants to comply. And the quicker we comply, it's your fault because you're not wearing a mask at Superstore. You're not wearing a mask at Costco. So that's why this continues 10 months later. Oh, it's my fault because I went to the protest and I was standing up for my rights. And it's my fault because I've been protesting for the last 10 months trying to make people understand that, you know what, this is a flu. This is something that people die from, but we don't need to close the whole economy for God knows how long. But I'm the crazy person for asking questions in March. I was a crazy person for asking questions in April. I was really weird for going to protests in May and June, July. I was really weird for creating memes. And I was really odd for like posting videos on YouTube about me at marches, showing my face and complaining about what was going on. And I was really odd for stating the obvious that this doesn't seem like what's going on in July, August, September. And I was really off the rockers when I was posting videos showing real life statistics from the Center for Disease Control in British Columbia. That was really weird of me to do that. And it's really odd that I'm actually going on here even in January of 2021 and pretty much reiterating the same fucking information that I've been saying for the last 10 months. Really weird. I'm a real weird person, really strange, very odd, and I'm just off my rocker. I should be in a straitjacket for actually coming on here and posting and stating the obvious. I'm really weird, real weird. But I was right about real estate. I was right about getting into internet marketing 21 years ago. That's blowing up. And I made so much money from real estate in not only in Vancouver, but also in Las Vegas. But I'm odd, not very smart. Why don't I trust the experts? It's because the experts have lied to us our whole lives. And I'm still here 10 months later stating the obvious. Still here taking all the arrows from all the shit talkers who haven't accomplished nearly as much in their lifetime. And it's not about accomplishments. It's about common sense. And I don't want to come down on people, and I really try not to get into that whole tone. But I just get kind of mad and stuff like that. And, you know, it's sad. It's just sad that this has to continue 10 months later. And this is going to come crashing down, maybe slowly or all at once. But one way or another, this whole thing will come out, and it's already coming out. You know what I mean? I don't know, guys. I don't know what to say anymore. It's been going on for a long time now. This is a broken record. Broken record is what's been happening here. Let me just see. But you know, this doesn't end, and it's sad, and it's fine that it doesn't end. And I could pretty much make a full-time job exposing all this crap, going to empty hospitals, filming the COVID testing centers, and just arguing with stupid idiots who want me to wear a mask 10 months later after a pandemic. We never had to wear a mask in 2019, 2018, 2017, 16, 15, 14, 13, 20, 12, 11, 10, 2009, 2008, 2007, for the seasonal influenza, which kills thousands, hundreds of thousands of people worldwide every year. But of course, this time it's different. Why is it different this time? I don't know. It's different. Why is it different? Because the expert said it's different, stupid. Listen to Dr. Donkey. She knows what's best. Oh, she does? But she wants us to close the bars at 8 o'clock. You can't serve any more drinks because she wants to protect us. Oh, okay. It's not because she wants to crash the economy. She wants to protect us. That's why she gave the restaurants 24 hours notice to do that. Gotcha. And this is where we are. Critical thinking out the window, and conspiracy theories are the people who understand what's going on. Oh, my friends. What do we do with these people? You know what? This is what you do. Stand your ground. Never admit defeat, because there's nothing to shy down from. We're in this for the long haul. The truth is on our side, and that's it. You don't have to do much more. And the thing is, these idiots, politicians, health ministers, safety ministers, the media, they're all digging their own grave. And that's the thing. People understand now, hey, 10 months later, I don't know anyone who's died. I don't even know anyone who's got COVID. I heard today that one person, his nephew got COVID. Okay. But then he was it's like a mild cold. Well, yeah, exactly. It's a flu. If you're older and you have a compromised immune system, guess what? It's going to affect you more, right? And this is all it is. So it's not about admitting that you were wrong. It's about, you know what? Come on the side of humanity. Come on the side of the people that are here with open arms ready to embrace you, because we're all on the same side. We're all in the same family. All my friends and family, all the people that I've argued with, I'm on the same side. I'm on your side. I want you to join the side of the truth and understand that we've all been lied to on a monumental scale. And if you can't see it, well, I don't know what to say to you. Then good luck with whatever you pursue in your life, because if you can't see something so many months later that's so easy to break apart, it's pretty ridiculous. You know what? That's just the way it is, though. It's just the way it goes. What else? Let me just see here. Let me just copy link here. Just going to put this on here, my friends. Dr. Fauci, that scumbag garbage can. Let's just play that. Not play it. Let's just. Put my head there. Dr. Fauci says mandatory COVID-19 vaccines possible for travel and school, January 1st, 2021. Now remember, understand, get a clue. What happens in the United States can easily and probably will come to Canada. Understand that, please. And I've been saying this shit long before COVID. They were talking about, they want to basically vaccinate everybody. They want to control everybody, and this is exactly all part of the plan. This says it's possible that COVID-19 vaccines will become mandatory in order to travel to other countries or attend school. Well, I guess my kids aren't going to school and never travel again. But in all honesty, I want them to do this stuff, because this is the kind of stuff that's going to wake people up when they can't travel without getting a vaccine, or their kids can't attend school without a vaccine for a virus that has an over 99% survival rate. How stupid do we have to be to get a vaccine for this virus that has an over 99.6% survival rate? We'd be complete idiots. And I know there's morons out there getting the shot. Good luck. Good luck with that, buddy. Everything will be on the table for discussion. You know what? Everything's on the table for you going to jail for the rest of your life, you scumbag. So he says the director of National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases stressed that it's not up to me to make a decision, but it added that these are all things that will be discussed under the Biden administration. Yeah, under Biden, what people don't understand, they've hated Trump, they bash Trump and all this stuff. Go ahead, keep bashing Trump. Meanwhile, once you get Biden there, he's going to do everything. He wants 100 days of mandatory masks across the United States. And of course, he's going to have mandatory vaccines. You stupid idiots who hated Trump. But, a lot of people have to go through all that pain to understand that, you know what? You got lied to and you fell for every little piece of bullshit because you're a dum-dum, a moron. Fauci said vaccine requirements in schools are possible, but they would come from mandates at the state or city level. Well, and that's where they will come. They will come from state and city level. Anyways, you know what? Whatever. The problem is it's going to have to, some of this stuff actually just has to happen because people, they're just too far gone. They don't think for themselves. They want everyone to make the decisions for them. They want to trust their experts because they don't have their own judgment. They can't judge and say, yes, this makes sense. No, I need an expert to tell me what to do. Why the fuck do you need an expert to tell me what to do? Because I know you trust doctors and all this other shit. Yeah, I trust doctors up to a point too. I'm not going to sit there and operate on myself or any of that stuff. But for God's sakes, you're going to take a vaccine for a virus that has a 99.6% survival rate? It's your choice. It's up to you what you want to do with your life. But certain things you can judge for yourself. Yes, we need experts, but at the same time, it's okay to question experts, specifically 10 months later into a whole new year that it's been. Anyways, probably going to wrap it up here. We'll go through the comments and then that'll be it. But hopefully everybody's doing good. And if everyone's seen, I don't know if everybody likes Bitcoin, but Bitcoin's blowing up. And that's going to be a whole different topic. Let me see how much it is here, US dollars. 32,600, so that's pretty crazy. And people say, oh, Bitcoin's a scam, this and that. You know what? Bitcoin's no more of a scam than the money that we receive from the governments. Paper money that's backed by nothing. It's not backed by gold. It's basically backed by zero, and they can print as much money as they want. And all they do, and all they've been doing, is devaluing our currency, making things inflate in price. If you haven't looked at your food bill, the reason things cost more is because they're printing so much currency, devaluing it. So if you think Bitcoin's a scam, guess what? Fiat currency like the Canadian dollar, American dollar, are all in the same boat. All scams. Anyway, so let's go through the comments here. Let me see here. Where the hell is that? Shit, I can't even. Where the hell is the chats? 18, 37. Holy shit, I can't even see all the comments. There's so many. Cool. All us dissidents will be killed first. I hope we're not going to get killed. The test is full of shit. Yes, it is. What did it say? We are Generation Z. Last letter before Matra, failed GMO, crispy transhumanism. YouTube does not like tour thoughts or your thoughts. Yeah, probably not. You mean I'm gonna watch the hangings from my cozy living room? Everything is censored. Why we take it is insane. I don't take it, but there's only so much we can do. I'm on a lot of different platforms, so I don't definitely upload just to YouTube. That's for sure. I'm all over the place on purpose because I don't like being censored. But of course, people still watch this stuff on YouTube, so I'm gonna be posting there. It is an Antifa type of attack. It's a setup so Pelosi gets free extra police protection. Well, even if it's a setup, that's fine, whatever. I don't really think it's a setup. But regardless, okay, she gets extra police protection, but at the same time, by showing that, it just shows the world that people are getting sick of their crap, their bullshit, right? I will never take money from the state. Well, I would take money from the state if they give it to me. You know why? Because all the money I paid in taxes. If you're taking money from the state, you're actually getting your own money back because all the taxes you pay, thousands and thousands of dollars, will never equate to the amount that you receive as compensation from some kind of bailout or whatever little package. Monica says we will be in lockdown forever now if people don't stand up. Monica, you know what? People are going to stand up more and more. Canada was a free society, obviously not completely free, but people understand what freedom is here. And even though they have the glazed look on their eyes, they don't think it could happen here. Once it gets to a point where they feel like they're getting squeezed, there's going to be more people standing up, and there is all the time. Not enough. I'm hoping there will be more. And eventually people are going to say, well, what the hell is going on here? And they are saying that it has been 10 months. It has been a long time. I don't know. I just don't know how long they're going to put up with it. Maybe until spring, and they're going to be like, well, this is enough now. A second strain, a third strain, COVID-21, whatever. Get on with it. Who cares? You got 600 in the mail today. I didn't know they settled those checks already. That's interesting. What's going on here? They killed people in hospitals. Yeah, using the ventilators and stuff. I don't know if it's on purpose, but anyways. World Economic Forum Klaus Schwab funds Jinping's One Belt, One Road post-World War III. Well, Klaus Schwab he's part of that Great Reset thing. Oh, it's an awesome time for a Great Reset. Yeah, a Great Reset where we will own nothing and be happy. If you haven't watched that video, I think I posted that on one of my videos. So yeah. What else is here? When they come for me, I'm asking if they kissed their family goodbye this morning. Then it opens and ends. Losers everywhere here in Denmark. Well, Vancouver, Canada is not much better. There's losers everywhere who love wearing masks, and they wear it outside when they do things above and beyond the call of stupidity. You don't have to wear a mask outside, but everybody I see is wearing one. Why? What are you doing? It's just out of control. Anti-mask. So shallow. It does not scratch the surface of the criminality of the money driving the deep state and cabal crimes. They are very bad at lying. So stupid, all of them, yes. Lily and Lou. Glad to see you too. Yeah, he got fired for singing at a rally. Yeah, Mark Donnelly. Yes, he did. He's awesome though. I've met him a couple times. Great guy, good singer, obviously, and he's a great patriot. He's standing up for his kids, and if, they call him disgrace. The only disgrace is the media that calls him a disgrace. The elderly do not want to be locked up. They want to live and enjoy their lives. Exactly, like they're basically in the last days of their lives, last years. Like they want to be able to see their family. What's the point of them staying locked up? Oh, we're going to protect you. You're 90 years old. I think they'd rather see their families. I would. Anyways, it's up to them. I don't know. Don't give up, heroes. The new pioneers. The mainstream news is on its way out. Yes, it is. A new way of communication will be with the independent podcasters. People will find out that they've been lied to. They have found out, and they are finding out all the time. When was the last rally in Vancouver? It was a couple nights ago, December 31st. There was a big New Year's Eve rally. It was the only party outside in Vancouver. Psychiatrists are the sickest people on earth. Yeah, they're scum. All doctors are just insane psychos. Anyone with one brain cell could just go to BitChute for 4 minutes and they would know the truth. Problem is, a lot of people, even if you show them this information, they have cognitive dissonance where they just can't, it doesn't equate with them. If you show them something, they just don't understand it. It just does not resonate with them. They cannot believe it, so they shut it off. It's a weird, the human psychology, the human mind is very strange where you can show them all the facts and they tune it out. They will not believe it until they're ready to believe it. And that process is different for everybody. So there's not much you can do. The people have to be open to and receptive to understanding what's going on. If they don't have any ounce of questioning things, then there's not much you can do for them. I've tried with a lot of people, and I've talked to other people about the same thing. Some people understand and they're like, yeah, that makes sense. Other people are like, what are you talking about? Like, and it's just the way it is. You just have to let them go and say, you know what? It's up to you. Everybody has a choice in their life, and maybe one day they'll come around, maybe they won't. Whatever. It's just the way it is. I'm not here to. This is not my full-time job, and I've been, like I said, made fun of and all this other shit for so many months, and that's fine. Whatever. I don't really care because, especially after 10 months, like you're making fun of me. Make fun of yourself. You believe this shit 10 months later. That's a joke on you if you believe this. See here. Yeah, Operation Mockingbird Media. Yeah, that's a real thing where they basically pay off journalists to lie to people. It's all paid propaganda. This is what we're living in, and there's those people who won't. What are you talking about? Paid propaganda? What are you saying? I don't know. I might as well be talking Chinese to somebody. They just don't get it. Okay, don't get it. Whatever. It's your choice. I do not trust any of these government officials. I don't listen to them. The news stays off in my home. Exactly. Mainstream media is a disgrace with their biased one-sided propaganda that try to present one report with credible investigative journalism. How about the new data regarding higher death rates from lockdown than from the virus? Yeah, it's just so stupid. It's just, I don't know, whatever. It is what it is. Like I said, I've come to peace with the way this whole thing is. Like, I'm not going to lose any more sleep over this. I'm not going to get depressed over this. I know the truth. I understand the truth, and I'm fine with the way it is. I'm not happy with the way it is. I'm just come to terms with it, and we're gonna continue fighting. But I'm definitely not going to just destroy my own mental health for other people. If you want to believe this, fuck you. You go believe it. You're the idiot. You're going to wreck your life. I know what I'm doing, and I know what I'm continuing to do to protect myself. Like I said, physically, mentally, spiritually, and financially. And it's your choice. You do whatever you want. I'll go in one direction. You go in another direction. I feel sorry for you, but everyone has a choice in their lives. It's the way it is. So what else is here? What does Rob say here? I feel like I am in a care home with all these restrictions. Yeah, well, it's pretty bad. Try to follow the restrictions as little as possible. Obviously, have people at your home. Visit friends and family. Just don't wear a mask. Just do whatever it is to disrupt this bullshit. Do not comply as much as you can. Stop complying. People don't want to risk even their little fingernail. It could break, I know. They're just, yeah, it's sad. They're just dumb and lazy. They're all pretenders. That is true. Yeah, they're fakers. These people are phony. And a lot of people just can't come to terms with it. And I understand it might be hard, but anyways, whatever. I don't want to keep saying the same crap. I say, it's a conspiracy between big government, the federal banks, big tech, big industry, and big pharma. And it is. And this is the problem that a lot of people have. They can't make that jump from COVID's kind of doesn't make much sense to understanding, you know what? This is all a planned agenda from all these different organizations. They're like, well, how is that possible? It's like the people at the top have the power to run all of this stuff, and they do. And if you don't believe that, that's fine. But at least understand that this whole thing, we don't have to continue going on with this stuff, but we are, right? Because a lot of people just can't wrap their head around how massive this whole thing is. And the funny thing is, all the bloody hospitals, if you go to Twitter, you hashtag, it's called film your hospital. You can see so many different hospitals across the world that are completely empty. And these people go in there filming the hospitals, and the security guards kick them out. Once again, these people are part of the problem. You're part of the fraud. The healthcare workers, speak up, say something. Be honest. People are quiet. Of course, there's people getting sick, and of course, there's COVID wards. But when they make it seem like, holy shit, this is a massive pandemic, the numbers don't lie. But whatever. Yeah, nurses are back on TikTok. Yeah. That stuff is just ridiculous. But they could be on their breaks and stuff like that, but it's like, even if they know it's slow, they'll never admit it. But they'll do TikTok videos, but they'll never actually go on TikTok and say, hey, you know what? We're doing these TikTok videos because it's slow. It's not our fault, but we're doing these TikTok videos because there's nothing else to do. There's nothing happening. The emergency wards are empty and stuff like that. They won't say why? Because they're scared to lose their job. That's why. Anytime you go against this system, you lose your job, then you can't pay your bills. So all these people are quiet and complacent. You don't trust crypto? I don't know. Yeah, everyone's got their own thing. I've researched it a lot, so I'm pretty sure it's legit. I didn't just jump into it yesterday, but anyways, it's okay. Everyone's got their own thing. It's not a problem. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't think so, though, from what I've researched. But anyways, different thing. Crypto is a con. They will pull the plug. The masses will lose everything. That's the thing. Well, one thing is you don't put everything into anything. If you do stocks, obviously you don't put 100% into any stock, and you don't put 100% into any crypto. You just put what you're willing to lose. Not that I'm willing to lose anything, but you have to understand how the game works, and you have to be logical with it. But once again, everyone has their own choices in life, right? Not a big deal, not a problem. And I definitely could be wrong. From what I've done, with the research I've done, I don't think I'm wrong, but I never say never because I just don't know everything. Crypto is too complicated. Yeah, there's a definite learning curve. And that's why a lot of people they think it's a scam, and a lot of people don't do it. But I've seen the same things in the early days of the internet. People just didn't understand things, and they just how are you going to buy online? Things just seem to kind of work themselves out. Crypto's been around for 10 years now. We'll see how it goes. Trump is the swamp. Yeah, he looks like he's part of the swamp. No sound. Is there sound now? There should be sound. Is there not sound? Can everybody hear me? I thought Monica says no sound. So I don't know. Should be. What else are we talking about here? Yeah, Bitcoin is $41,000 US, doubled in the last month. Yeah, obviously it's going to have a pullback. That's guaranteed. But I don't know. I still believe in it myself, but whatever. The bankers already control all the cryptos. I don't know. What proof do you have that they actually control the cryptos? I know they control. What the hell is that called? Ripple. XRP is the symbol for it. But from what I've checked, and what I know is they don't actually control Bitcoin. I don't know. Never heard that, but who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Like I said, Monero is in a nice. Monero is in a nice dip. Good time to acquire for all the whole hodlers. Yeah, it's in a dip. So they bought all the coins a long time ago. So if they bought all the coins a long time ago, there's still still a certain amount of coins available. So you're thinking they're going to just sell the coins and that'll be the end of it. But then the problem is there's new people coming into it. There's institutions coming into it, stuff like that. Institutional buyers, high wealth individuals purchasing it. And I don't know. I guess we'll see. Like I go into things with an open mindset. I don't know everything. I try to do as much research as I can for any subject I'm getting involved in. But I don't claim to know everything, and that's just the way I roll. But anyways, it is what it is. We don't know how the systems work. The system is open source. Anyone can actually look at the computer code. I am not a computer programmer, but I know it's an open source software, meaning it's not like closed source and they can hide something in the script to steal your coins or whatever it is. They can't do that. Once again, everyone has their own opinion and stuff like that. We'll see. Don't stick to crypto alone. No. Of course not. I would never stick to crypto alone, and I'm not at all. Not at all. Get some metals. The only problem with precious metals, gold and stuff like that, is the price hasn't really moved much. I could buy it. It's just been sitting there. I've been watching gold and silver for a year, and they really haven't moved a lot compared to Bitcoin. But yeah, I always have it in the back of my mind. Well, what if Bitcoin's a scam, this and that, and so for like. But like I said, I've been looking at this stuff for years, and I didn't just jump in right away and stuff like that. There's like Jeff Berwick. There's so many different people. Jeff Berwick. There's Michael Saylor I listen to. There's Max Keiser, who's been talking about Bitcoin since it was basically $1. And there's videos of him talking about Bitcoin when it was $46 a coin, stating that it would go up to 100 grand. And now he's since reevaluated it, stating it'll go up to $400,000 US per coin. So he's been talking about it since it's been $1. There's videos of him that I could find the last couple of days talking about it when it was $46, stating it would go to 100,000. So is Max Keiser part of the deep state? I don't think so. He's on Russia Today, but anything is possible. But I try to look at all sides and all angles Could I be wrong? Of course. But once again, I try to do calculated risks. If I'm wrong, well, I guess I'm on video, so I'm going to look like a jackass. I don't know. Not that I really have that much in it, so whatever. Anyways, well, I got accosted at Save-On Foods by an off-duty cop who made a scene about me not wearing a mask. Beware of those douchebags. Off-duty cop, was he actually working as a security guard? Because even if he's off-duty cop, just you can say you have a medical exemption and stuff like that. Like, that's the thing. What's the worst they can do is basically either kick you out of the store or give you a $230 fine. That's all they can really do. But like these cops is like this guy here, he's off-duty cop, so he's basically a regular citizen. He's off-duty. Like, what do you think's going to happen, Mr. Off-Duty Police Officer? How long do you want us to wear a mask in stores? It's 10 months later now. How long are we supposed to do this? Do you want to wear it through spring and summer, right into next winter? Like, when is your line in the sand? When's enough enough? And some people just, I just trust the news. Whatever the news says, I'm going to follow them. They know what they're doing. Do they know what they're doing? It's been 10 months, and they keep changing everything from flattening the curve from 2 weeks. Now we're into 10 months later. Like, some of these people are just simply order followers, and they're just complete robots. And sometimes the best thing to do is just like literally just ignore them and get away from them, because some of these guys and people are dangerous. They look like they'll fight you and they'll get right in your face. I've done that. Yeah, I know. I've yelled at people trying to enforce mask mandates on me because I know mandatory mask equals or will try to equal mandatory vaccinations where you need a COVID pass or whatever to go shopping. And that's why I get so mad. It's not about the mask. It's not about the mask. It's about where it's the stepping stone from the mask to the vaccine. I don't want to get a vaccine for something that has a 99.6 percent survival rate. This is the problem. I'm not mad about the mask. I don't like masks. I think they're stupid, but I'm more mad about getting something injected in me, which I don't want injected into me. I know I can shop online. I understand I can shop at other places. That's not the point. They're changing society for nefarious reasons. He backed down when I asserted that I have an exemption. I don't have to show it to him. Well, awesome. So it makes him look like a dummy, right? Thanks for sharing, RT. Appreciate that. And that's the thing. You have to call these people out. And just even if you don't have an exemption, you know what? I don't care. These people shouldn't be in our faces. It's not his job to tell us to wear a mask. He doesn't work for Save-On. Stockholm syndrome, of course. Asymptomatic is healthy, exactly. Jason. Only truth can save us. Yep. Utter and complete tyranny here in the U.S. Getting ready to go out, and the only restaurant that will serve. It is everywhere. Paris, genocide, doctors and... Okay, Monica can hear me. That's good. Bitcoin is projected to 100,000 to 500,000 by end of 2021. Well, that's the thing, right? You know what? We'll see what happens in a year from now, exactly where we are with everything, including this whole COVID thing. I don't know. I'm betting on it. I think it's going to go. And I think it's our way out. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if the thing is, as long as the central banks have control over money supply, we're screwed. They can just print more money and pay off as many people as possible using fiat currencies backed up by absolutely nothing. That's the problem. And a lot of people who are involved in Bitcoin are basically the kind of people who would listen to my videos. They don't believe in government. They don't believe in this whole hoax. They understand that this whole thing's a fraud, and they want to get away from centralized banking systems that are basically there to enslave us and take us over, right? 25 million, I think it's 21 million Bitcoin. They will never be more. That's why it's gaining in value, not like printing fiat money. Exactly. So Gary understands it. It's one of those things that you really have to sit there and wrap your head around. It took me quite a while to understand. Okay, well, It doesn't make much sense. You have to look at it as it's like a gold. It's basically they call it digital gold because there's a finite supply of it of these Bitcoin tokens, which are digital. They're not real. It's not real gold tokens or nothing or coins. But since there's a finite supply, meaning it'll go up in value because you can't just print more of it. You can't just create more of it digitally. Unlike money, where you can just continuously make more and more and more. That's what governments do. They print more and more money, and they just keep. That's how they keep the economies going. They just print more money and they just throw it out there, backed up by nothing. It's just bullshit. It's literally paper with numbers on it with a picture of Queen Elizabeth. That's all it is. So Bitcoin is the same as it's just as believable as fiat money. The only thing with Bitcoin, it's not controlled by central banks, even though some person said it was, and they have a finite supply of 21 million coins. After all those coins are mined, it's done. The only way it can go up, the only way it can go is up because, of course, you can't make more of it. If something is if something has a constrained supply and there's a demand for it, if the demand outweighs the supply, it has to go up in value. It's just the way it is, right? Yeah, Dollar Vigilante, Jeff Berwick, exactly. He talks about Bitcoin all the time. He's been talking about it for a long time, right? So, this is just something, this is a side thing I'm talking about. This is nothing I do for a living, or just something, I'm always trying to learn new stuff. I'm trying to understand everything. The more you understand about how the world works, how everything works, the better you are financially, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Once you give your power away to experts, you let them do the thinking for you. Guess what? Your life gets shittier and shittier because these people don't make the best decisions for your personal life. If you want the best possible life for yourself, you have to take hold of your own life. You have to be accountable to yourself. The only person who's going to do the best for you is you, because you have to live your life. If you want the best life possible, make the best possible decisions for yourself. The way you do that is by reading and paying attention and just absorbing information and seeing what information makes the best sense for whatever topic or subject you're looking into. Doesn't matter what it is, from purchasing a car, to going on vacation, to Bitcoin, to COVID, to vaccines, or whatever it is. You have to make the choices that are best suited for you. That's the way it works. That's how life works. But in 2020, people have given all their power away, let all the media companies do the thinking for them. That's why they're in this situation, because we're not thinking for ourselves. Everyone is mask exempt if they choose to be. Totally. Bitcoin and the blockchain are part of the B system. Here's the thing. I understand that. I get it. But the thing is, if you get the vaccine and stuff like that, they have the nanobots and stuff like that. People make fun of me when I talk about this stuff. This technology is available. Are they using it yet? No. But eventually they can trace and track you and stuff like that. Now, I've thought about this Bitcoin and the blockchain part of the B system, and I can understand that. And I appreciate that. Problem being, what are we supposed to do? We're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. We've got the fiat money supply, which is basically part of it is digital. You got credit cards, you've got bank cards. That's all digital. You shop online. That's all digital. So it's already kind of partially there. I know we have paper money, and I do have paper money. I use paper money all the time. I don't like to pay with credit cards and stuff like that, but I'm just trying to figure ways to try to get some kind of return on the money I have, because of course, when they're printing more money on fiat currencies, it devalues your money, farted, by 15% annually right now. So if you got $100,000 in the bank, you're losing $15,000 every year based on your purchasing power. You're paying more for housing. You're paying more for energy. You're paying more for food. This is all inflation that they don't talk about. They make it seem like the inflation is 2 to 5%, 2.5% a year. It's like it's way higher than that, but they don't include things in their inflation index, such as, of course, food, energy, And what was the other one I just talked about? Food, energy, and housing. These are the biggest indicators of inflation. Vancouver has high inflation based on the increase in housing. Hopefully that makes sense. You know what looks stupid, and I laugh at how stupid they look in their vehicles, windows up, wearing a mask. How stupid is that? Let them. It's just nuts. Silver, yeah, get into whatever you feel is right, Christopher. Do whatever it is you feel. But yeah, precious metals are another way to protect what you work so hard for. The blockchain is how they will also track all transactions. Well, there's privacy coins like Monero where you can hide the transactions, stuff like that. They can track all transactions right now. If you pay with your credit card or bank card, they are tracking those transactions right now. If you're purchasing online, they're tracking all those transactions. The only way they don't track transactions if you're paying with cash, which, I do most of the time anyways. But you can make more cryptocurrencies, which they do. The thing is with cryptocurrencies, I consider them almost like a form of a stock. They got those altcoins, alternative coins and stuff like that. I consider those like a penny stock, and you got Bitcoin, which is like an Amazon or a more well-defined. It's a branded brand. Bitcoin is a branded cryptocurrency. It's the number one cryptocurrency. It's the one that most people who don't know anything about crypto know about. They know about Bitcoin. Maybe they can fuck the blockchain somehow. I just cannot figure out how it is constructed. Well, it's all decentralized, so I don't know if they can. There's a lot of smart people behind this, and these are not government officials. But anything's possible. I don't know. Check out Free Talk Live for a good radio show that airs from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. our time PST. I'm sure you'd like it. Check it out. I will check that out. Cash is king, of course. Only metals will stay as value if the electronics fail. Well, if the electronics fail, I've thought about this as well. People have said that. Listen, if the internet fails, guess what? They're not going to be able to trace us and track us through their surveillance grid if the internet goes down. So if the internet goes down, yeah, you can't buy with crypto, and that's why you don't put all your eggs in one basket. But at the same time, you can't use your credit cards. You can't use your bank cards. You can only pay with cash. And if the internet fails, it's not going to fail forever. And if it does fail forever, well, we're all fucked basically in the end, because that means the whole power grid is down, all electricity, meaning, your fridge is going to be, I just don't know if that whole scenario will work out. If you are able to accumulate crypto now, it may buy you more freedom of choice in the future. Many cores are gaining 10% a day. That's pretty wild. There will be a pullback, and it is risky, but just saying some of the stuff that I've done, whatever. Banks are creating their own blockchains and their own digital assets. I know they are, but that's why you have to understand and do your research on the cryptos to understand who's behind them, right? You don't go for something like XRP, Ripple, that basically has an infinite supply and they can create more coins the way they see fit. You need something that has a finite supply because that's the only way it's going to go up in value, in my opinion. They have multiple contingency plans. I know. This is why you have to be at peace with what happens. We don't know what the hell's going to happen 100%, but we just hope for the best. Anyways, I'm going to probably wrap it up here. We've probably been going for a little while, right? But it's been good chatting. Things are going to get crazier, but they're going to get better as well because, of course, nothing is going to go down forever. Eventually, the sheep are going to get tired of this bullshit. We've been tired of it for months. They're going to get tired of it too. The restrictions are going to get more and more stupid and more ridiculous. And it's going to be, what the hell's the word I'm trying to say here? It's just going to be becoming more and more nonsensical. And it's not going to make much sense. And the more this drags out, the more reasons they use in order to continue this scenario, the easier it is to understand that it's not legitimate, because they're going to continuously lie and make excuses and this and that. Like, you can't, what are you going to keep doing this for 2-3 years? Like, you can try, but with every passing day, people understand, you know what, this is just kind of nonsense. And people will just kind of tune out. You keep crying wolf, eventually your people are going to just be like, whatever. Anyways, we'll talk to you guys soon. We'll talk to you guys soon, I meant to say. Just wanted to come on here because I haven't been on in a while and just blow some steam, just say some things I'm feeling, so forth. Probably come on, I don't know when, a couple weeks, whatever I feel like. I'm not going to go on every day like I used to, but every now and then it's just good just to get to touch base. It's good. I appreciate everybody tuning in to watch me. Be optimistic. I'm optimistic for the future overall. I don't really see them pulling out this whole plan the way they think they are going to do it. Who knows? Maybe they're going to do something else crazy and something out of left field. Totally possible. And we can only do as much as we can. If things get really crazy and, you got to be at peace with things. We do the best we can. We prepare as much as we can, but we have to be at peace with whatever happens because, of course, we are not in complete control of this whole world. We're in control of our lives as much as we can, but at the same time, there's a lot of other underlying things that can screw up our personal lives that we don't have control over, of course, because we've got this pandemic thing going on and nobody wants this to happen, but it is. But we do as much as we can. Yeah, stay positive, be happy. Like I said, I was mad for a long time, and sometimes I still do get mad, but overall, I'm more positive, and I'm more happy. I'm kind of just done with all the negativity overall, and whatever, fuck it. If it's gonna go, it's gonna go. Whatever. Like, there's just only so much you can do, and keep going, and being happy in who you are as a person. Always look to better yourself, and just keep your mind busy doing positive things, learning new things, reading new things. Don't focus on this COVID crap all the time. I think all of us as a collective have researched this stuff thousands and thousands of hours. We know as much as we need to at this point. We don't need to know every little detail about, there was like people breaking into some guy's house in France. The police arrested someone and kicked their grandma or whatever. It doesn't help our life knowing every little detail, even though it pisses us off, because all it does is make us mad. But I'm not saying not to know this stuff. I'm just saying try to limit the time you spend researching this shit. We know what we know about this stuff, and all we have to do is look for solutions now. And I've kind of gotten past that point. My whole thing now is more solutions, personal solutions, as well as solutions on a collective basis, but more personal solutions, because I can't change the collective mind of millions of people just in the city of Vancouver. I can't do it. And, I almost feel like I've tried, which is kind of crazy to think I could even do that. But worry about yourself while trying to wake up the masses. But always take a vested interest in your personal life with those around you love the most, while at the same time trying to help other people. But you first, other people second. That's just the way it has to be, right? Enjoy some good gardening videos, says Paris is called. You know what I do? I watch videos on van videos. People living in their vans in northern, like in the outskirts of British Columbia and stuff like that. I just find it fascinating that they live in their vans and they got these kind of free lives where they're living in their vans. These are YouTubers. One of them is called what the hell's it called? Van City Life. He's from Vancouver. Another one is called Foresty Forest. Another guy from Vancouver. But they're always trekking around. They do cool videos. They have drone footage, and it's just beautiful, the scenery around British Columbia. And that's what I watched that, and I've watched a bunch of other videos, of just random stuff, just to tune out of this garbage. And it's cool. You just see like these people living in their vans. Like, you guys probably think I'm nuts, but it's just relaxing to me to see people out in the wilderness just camping and all the beautiful scenery and the winter snow and stuff like that. I love it. It's cool. It's really cool, and stuff like that. Just whatever you're into, just whatever you like to do to relax and enjoy your life as much as you can. We've been into this thing for 10 months now, so this is part of our life until it changes. But at the same time, we have other facets where we can focus and makes us relax. We need both sides. Be informed, but don't let it inundate you like it was for me for many, many months. I've taken a step back on purpose to I don't want it to consume me because I get way too involved. And even if I know I'm right, there's only so much I can do about this. And like I said, even if I made videos all day long, it's not gonna put a dent in all this bullshit. The only thing that makes dents is people like Dr. Donkey Henry coming on TV and mandating this and mandating that. It pisses off more people every day. And she's doing more for the truth community than all of us combined could do to wake up people. So they're the ones that are waking up people en masse by dragging this out and just doing all their crap. So let them continue. It's awesome. I love it. Thank you, Dr. Donkey Henry. We appreciate everything you're doing to wake people up to the fraud. You're doing so much, and I really, honestly, truly appreciate everything you've done to wake up people en masse. It's awesome. Please continue lying to everybody. I really do. I appreciate it, and I completely 100% love it. Okay, guys, all the best. Talk to you soon. 7:58, January 2nd, 2021. Peace. Catch you at the next rally, whenever that is. Maybe I'll go Sunday or not, depending on the weather or whatever. I don't know. Anyways, all the best. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.